This is a follow-up to my last video about Tim Pool saying that YouTube should ban Brian Tyler Cohen and David Pakman for manipulation of the algorithm if they were going to be consistent, because they banned people for the Elsagate related skits because they were manipulating the algorithm for that. So he's saying they should be consistent and go ahead and ban them as well, even though Tim Pool says, I don't want them banned. I'm just making a video about it, you know. I think any reasonable person can figure out his motives there. But let's go ahead and go into what he says here.
Mashable. 2017. Spider-Man versus Elsa videos have taken over YouTube, and it's so confusing what is going on. You can see the videos were taken down. This is where things get interesting. If YouTube were to adhere to their own policies, they would ban Brian Tyler Cohen and David Pakman. Let me show you why. I know you guys are saying, Tim, you've been talking about this a lot, but I really do think we've got an Elsagate phenomenon going on with these political actors. Brian Tyler Cohen does have a big channel. Congratulations. He gets lots of views. He gets 200,000 on one video, 200 on this one, 400 on this one, 300, 100, 230. Trump. White House rocked. Major.
We looked at all this yesterday, so I'm just kind of skipping ahead to the relevant sections.
Nightmare. Trump appointed judge. Trump scorched earth. Oh, yeah? What was ban-worthy about the Spider-Man Elsa videos? I'm going to say...
So, well, I'll tell you here in a second, Tim.
Again, these were videos where people would dress up like Spider-Man and people would dress up like Elsa and the Joker, and they'd run around. That's it. The reason YouTube started taking these things down was that it was taking over YouTube and destroying the experience.
That is not the reason that they took him down, actually. So let's go ahead and go over here. You could actually go through his source. It says nothing about the bannings. The only thing it shows is that the videos were, in fact, taken down. But it does not say anything about why they were banned. It doesn't say they were banned for algorithmic manipulation. Now, what he's saying is partially true. There was an element of algorithmic manipulation. But if we go to the Wikipedia article for Elsagate, you know, you can read the whole history of the whole phenomenon. And down here, you can see the response from YouTube. In response to the controversy, on June 1st, 2017, YouTube changed its guidelines specifically to ban children's characters in appropriate situations. However, that ban had little effect, and in the months after, the subreddit Elsagate became a place for amateur investigators to raise the alarm on videos that slipped through YouTube's moderation system. In August 2017, YouTube announced its new guidelines on content monetization in an ongoing series of efforts to demonetize controversial and offensive videos. It's announced that creators will no longer be able to monetize videos that made inappropriate use of family-friendly characters. So this was the reason why they banned these videos, because they were targeting children using adult-centered and adult-focused content. They were manipulating the algorithm, that's true, but what Tim isn't saying is that YouTube changed its terms of service policy to make it so that you can't use adult or children's characters like Elsa for adult-related content. So that's what he's leaving out, and that's why he's lying to you, basically. So don't ever trust Tim Pool, essentially, is the lesson that can be learned here. Now, I will say that it's possible he's just completely ignorant of the whole thing, but I find that to be somewhat unlikely. But it's possible. But that doesn't, that just shows that you can't take anything he says at face value. So lesson learned. And I won't be doing any more, first time viewing reaction content unless I'm live streaming. I'm going to do research and look at the sources and stuff first. So lesson learned there. Peace.